Join us at Women of Courage and celebrate the achievements of women. Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in. This is Gloria Lee, the moderator for the show Women of Courage. Wherever you are in the world, I need you to know one thing right now. You are amazing. I know you might be upset. I know you might be hurting. And I know you might be frustrated. I know because all of these things happened to me. I was homeless for 2 years, and all I had was a computer, my son, and a car. I want you to know you still have a purpose in life, and it is my job to help you believe that again. Do you want to believe? Can you see that the divorce was not meant to take you out? Can you believe that the lost house and the lost job is a setup for something greater? By the end of this broadcast, you'll be injected with so much that you cannot help but believe again. And I am going to help you do just that. Are you ready? I got some things I want to share with you. And I will even make suggestions on books and activities that you can implement, which will ultimately bring healing and wholeness to you. If you are ready to be healed, if you're ready to be whole, just jot down the pointers I give and watch your life transform. No matter what happened, no matter whose fault it was, today is a new day, and your time to live and be free is now. Join me in this journey to wholeness. Your time for total healing is now. Today you shall recover. Wholeness, healness, and peacefulness is in the mind. That is where all battles for life end and begin. The Women of Courage show is being broadcast by the Women and Children's Restoration Ministries to help you problem solve, to help you dream again, to help you believe that anything is possible. We want you to believe that you do not have to marry the first man you meet just to get someone to take care of you. You do not have to live a life of drudgery. You can educate yourself. All you have to do is learn to read competently. We want you to take a chance on yourself. Stop believing all the soothsayers around you that have never left a state in their lives. People who do not have courage to fly. People who only think of lying, cheating, and stealing. You can live an exciting life. All you have to do is believe that you can make your dreams come true. You do not have to go to bed with someone you despise day in and day out. You have the right to marry someone that you can talk to someone that believes in you and has faith in you as a human being. In other words, you do not have to settle for just anyone. But what you must do is strive toward your goal. You must be goal oriented. You must organize yourself. You must be clear about what you want in life and why you want such a life. All of us are made up of dreams. As our dreams unfold in our lives, our spirit soars. Realizing our dreams becomes a problem because oftentimes we are beaten down by our friends and family. We are beaten down at school by people laughing at us because of our shoe size, our ear size, our breast size, the clothes we wear, etc. We are beaten down by people saying nothing will come of our lives. We are beaten down when our mothers and grandmothers constantly say that we're going to be just like our father, an inmate in prison. Many of us are also discouraged when our mothers are inattentive. She is wrapped up in her new boyfriend. But life anew is possible. It is my job to encourage you to go as far as you can dream and as far as your dreams can take you. It is my job to get you to believe in life again. I am sick and tired of people failing at life just because they are around negative speaking and negative acting people. Do not let the failure of other people make you lose confidence in yourself. Yes, you may be surrounded by poverty, but you must look for a way out. The book, If You Believe in God, You Do Not Belong in Prison, will help you. What you must do above all else is learn to read competently. You must read, read, and read. Anyone who laughs at you for reading, you need to leave that person alone. I do not care if it's your mother. Anyone who discourages you, you are to stop all association. Man is not different than plants. We need encouragement to grow as plants need water to thrive. You are to leave foolish, stupid people alone. Their ignorance will weigh you down or even get you killed. Sit down and think how you can avoid these people, especially if they're in your family. If you are overwhelmed with the tiring feeling that feels as if you're carrying a bag of stone around every morning when you get out of bed and think how you'll have to spend another living life you're not passionate about, the books I suggest are the perfect solution for your unique needs. Not only will we help you realize why these feelings overwhelm you and what you can do to change it, but they will also teach you how to live a life of strength, courage, fearlessness in order to realize all of your dreams. If you are lacking the attitude and psychology, proper resource or vision to make your dreams a reality, combined with dissatisfaction with the execution of your plans, but you remain firmly dedicated to making your ambition a reality and creating the life you deserve, you will certainly derive the most benefit from professional, incredible content within these books. Contents that will assist you in achieving the results that you are after. You are never to give up on yourself. Are you ready to leave your future to chance? Of course not. Take your life in your hand and learn all the necessary tools, mindset, strategies used by the men and women of courage, used in order to live the life of their dream. Change your life with our book starting today. Before we begin, we're going to take a few moments to collect ourselves and to relax before we engage into our discussion. What we need to do is to focus now on bringing positive energy into our lives and into the world. The energy that we project every day is the same energy that we get back. We have all seen those people that can walk into a room and they glow. People want to be around them. People feel better being in their presence. That's the energy that we need to create. And once we learn how to do this, our lives will be filled with greatness. We will attract that positive energy. And how we can do this is by changing our outlook, meeting every day with gratitude, thankfulness, optimism, and once you do this, you will see a change in yourself. I want you to take a moment and close your eyes. Think about everything positive in your life. Family, friends, a career, your faith. All of this is how you start your day. Every morning when you wake up, I want you to think about what is positive in your life. I want you to list 10 reasons why your life is amazing. You will see the change. You will be changed. You will begin to attract life's blessings. Lead with gratitude. Be thankful and think positive.
Today, I choose love. From my past, my future, to my family and friends, I choose love. With everything we've got going on in the world today, all the hate and negativity, love is all we have, and it's all we need. If you can start each day with love, you will watch your world change. But the time is now to forgive, to forget, to move on. Do this and your perspective will change. If I know one thing, I would rather live in a world with love and openness than a world full of pain. And it's our choice to believe in something bigger than us. One world, one people, one love. At what point did you think this was gonna be easy? At what point did you think this was gonna be handed to you? This is life. Every moment, every second, as precious as the next. I don't care if you've lost. I don't care if you failed. I don't care if you've hit bottom. As long as that hunger still lies inside, as long as that light still flickers, you fight. We fight for the people that believe in us. We fight for the moments, we fight for the seconds. We fight for the pride. We fight for the dreams. We fight. We always fight.
Before we begin today, I want to ask that all of my listeners go to our YouTube channel at Touched by the Light Publishing and listen to this particular broadcast over and over again because what we say today is extremely important. I am trying to get you to fight back, to be inventive, and to believe that you can change the circumstances of your life. The title of this program is Can I Wear a Pink Suit? We are going to discuss two topics. One topic is being an optimist, taking advantage of things and situations presented to you each day, and being a prophet of your life. I say this to my male listeners: can you wear a pink suit? How confident would you be wearing a pink suit, walking down the street or going into a bar and feeling good about yourself? How confident can you be wearing this suit and not caring what people have to say about the color of the suit? It is hard to take criticisms of people or when they laugh at you because of your behavior. It is hard to stand up for oneself. How prepared are you to stand up for yourself? That is what this talk is all about today. You supporting yourself throughout the day. not relying on someone telling you you are okay, but feeling okay with yourself and loving yourself regardless of what people say. One way of standing up for yourself is being an optimist, believing in yourself and the decisions that you make for your life. You cannot be an optimist if you are depressed or if you think negatively. You are not an optimist if all you do is think about stealing from someone or how you can lie and cheat and steal. Never let someone tell you what you can or cannot do. Here is an example of an optimist. This young lady's life was short lived, but she lived it with honor and vigor. Her name is Rosa, Shanina. She was a Russian woman who became a sniper during World War II after the death of her brother during the German invasion. She wanted to get the Germans back for killing her brother. She is credited with 59 confirmed kills, including 12 soldiers during the Battle of Vilnius. Shania volunteered for the military service after the death of her brother in 1941. She chose to be a marksman on the front line. Praised for her shooting accuracy, Shanina was capable of precisely hitting the enemy personnel and making what they call a doublet, hitting two targets with one round, or hitting two targets with two rounds in a quick succession. This woman worked until she became an extremely accurate marksman. In 1944, a Canadian newspaper described Shanina as the unseen terror of East Prussia. She was the first servicewoman to receive the Order of Glory in Russia. Shanina was killed in action during the East Prussian offensive while she was shielding a severely wounded commander of an artillery unit. Her combat diary was published in 1965. The diary is worth your time to read about this woman. Her life confirms what a person can do when they believe in themselves and when they are opportunists, taking advantage of what the future has to offer them. She believed her country would win, and Russia did. Okay, we're going to continue our discussion of being a person who is developing belief and power in themselves. Associated with being a powerful and believing person is a person who is an opportunist. See, you have to be aware that some of your behavior has to be associated with talking and meeting and greeting and associating with people. And a lot of times you can actually hurt yourself by not being open to talking and greeting and meeting people. And you miss out on various opportunities. Not everyone pays full price for a car or a house or a pair of shoes. A lot of times they get reduced prices based on people that they know, that they met and took an opportunity to introduce themselves and become associates of these people. Think about it for a while. Think about all the people that you need in your life. Sometimes you need information from a real estate broker. Sometimes you'll need information from a guy who sells cars, somebody that sells insurance. You are not a island unto yourself. You need other people. So you have to take opportunity to meet these people and greet these people and establish a relationship. These are the fundamentals of life. I'm not saying that you meet and greet these people to abuse and use them, but you form associations that is good for both of you. Now, the sole purpose of this portion of my show is to talk to you about being an opportunist. I want you to listen to me carefully because earlier I spoke to you about power and belief. Well, a kissing cousin to power and belief is being an opportunist. An opportunist is a person who believes in the day. This is a person who believes good fortune is coming his way. He is a person that believes he is going to meet the right person, say the right thing, or do the right thing that will bring him an opportunity that will further him in his life, bring him fortune. An opportunity is not a sad sack. Okay? He's not one that's gloom and doom all the time. An opportunist is a person who's looking forward to the day. Before I get into the discussion, who is an opportunist? According to a dictionary, an opportunist is a person who adapts his actions and responses to take advantage of opportunities or circumstances. I will say it again. An opportunist is a person who adapts his action and responses to take advantage of opportunities or circumstances that present themselves to him. And please do not get upset with the pronouns that I use because I'm discussing this with respect to both males and females. A politician once said, an opportunist does not wait for a grand opportunity to come about. He simply transforms events to exploitable situations. An opportunist is a person who looks forward to life. He looks forward to what the day will bring. When he sees rain, he does not feel sad. He is a person who believes something good can happen to him on a rainy day, just as something good can happen to him on a sunny day. And opportunists are people who whistle. These are people who sing to themselves. They hum a tune as they drive to work or walk into an office building looking for a job, because this person believes it's just as easy for the interviewer to say yes as it is for an interviewer to say no. So they do not walk into an interview with their stomach churning, thinking that the interviewer is going to say no. They tell themselves, I have a 50-50 chance just like everyone else to get this job or buy this house or get this car. Contrary to what many might believe or forced to believe, being an opportunist does not mean you are selfish. It means you are not confined to a box or space and you already allow your creativity to flow. You pushed to where you are meant to be. It means you look ahead and you decide what opportunities are worth taking. When you change your thinking and perception toward a more opportunistic mindset, you can take advantage of a lot of opportunities in your everyday life. Opportunity itself is based on the way we view things, and that's the more reason why many people who are capable of discovering great opportunities that will turn their life around, they fail to do so. Why? Because they ignore these opportunities unknowingly. They're in a habit. These people are in a habit of rejecting things without thinking about it, because they develop these habits based on someone else's tradition, based on what someone else has told them to do. You have to shake these traditions off. Every occasion, you do not have to be like your grandfather or your father or your uncle or your nephew. Be yourself. An opportunist does not walk around with preconceived ideas, categorizing people. In other words, he or she does not look at a person's handbag or shoes and decide whether or not a person is worthy to speak to. In other words, an opportunist is not a snob. Opportunists do not make assumptions about the worthiness of people that they meet. They do not make assumptions that just because a person is wearing Kmart clothes that they are poor and not worthy of attention. Because some people who wear Kmart clothes are millionaires. They live in a fine house and are able to afford the finest of foods. They are just people who believe in only spending their money prudently. So you see, one of the great characteristics of an opportunist is a person that does not make assumptions, and they are a person who does not categorize people. They are people who believe that they should inquire as to whom a person is before they make a judgment. Because first of all, there are a lot of brilliant attorneys who walk around with some of the most plain clothing on as possible. But if you put these people into a courtroom, they are some of the greatest advocates. Most social scientists do not believe in dressing. They put the first thing on that they find when they get up in the morning. Some of them may walk to work and have brown and black shoes on at the same time, or red and yellow socks. Why? Because they're paying more attention to what they have to do than attention to how they look or appear to others. You need to stop judging people based on the way that they look, because you will never be able to take advantage of any opportunity that presents itself, because you are shallow, because you associate fineness with clothing, not fineness of the man mind based on behavior. Some of the greatest con artists in the world dress in fine clothing, but they're worthy of nothing. And you want one of those people that would be hoodwinked by some of those people who dress in fineries. So how can you become an opportunist? First of all, you have to be prepared to take swift action at all times. Sometimes we miss out on opportunities because we keep thinking there will be a better one lying around the corner. To become an opportunist, you have to be decisive. Don't spend too much time waiting, hoping, and praying for an ideal situation. Take action. Look at the people that you meet. Avail yourself of a conversation with them. You never know who you will meet on an elevator just by saying hello. Secondly, you need to open your heart and your mind and be aware of your environment, because your ability to discover something new, a new opportunity, rests solely on the awareness of your environment and your surroundings. Having this awareness increases your chance of discovering new opportunities, and this will play a significant role in your processing the world. You have to be interested in people and things. You might be riding an elevator with a great inventor looking for investors, and you will not know it if you do not smile and strike up a conversation. You cannot be an opportunist if you are afraid of people, if you do not have the courage to walk up to someone at a party that you do not know and say hello. You can easily start a conversation with a person standing alone at a party. You can make a statement congratulating the host, asking the person if they know the host personally, and that you were glad that you were invited to the party. You have to be willing to be creative when talking with people. In conclusion, I want you to understand that you can be an opportunist without being unethical or immoral. Remember, an opportunist is a person that takes advantage of a good situation when it presents itself to him or her. A family may be moving out of town and they have to sell their home. You just happen to be in the right place at the right time to purchase the house or the car, etc. For you to be a good opportunist, you have to focus on your mindsets, on elements of your life like your family, business, community, and personal development. Being an opportunist is the only way to succeed. According to an author, Craig, last name spelled Lunsbrough, we stand around waiting for the big opportunity while we bypass all the small opportunities that would have created that big opportunities that we seek. Be the opportunist who sees a win in every situation. No matter how small or insignificant these situations may appear, start practicing today. I am going to pause for a second to take a short break while you listen to information regarding willpower and encouragement. It is all a matter of learning new behaviors. And please remember, it is easier to build strong minds than to repair injured people. What I said is a modification of a quote by Frederick Douglass. He said, "It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men." Now for my break.
Are you confused about the situation of life? Or are you discouraged about your present situation? Or have you been discouraged that you can never amount to something due to past failure? Or are you loaded with lots of fear? Or are you depending on friends to survive for a living? Worry no more. We have information today that will help you on your way to living a better, more fulfilling life. We have for you today a book very loaded and well packaged, titled The Prophet of Your Life. This book will enlighten you on who you are, how to build yourself, and how to be a prophet of your life. Many of us feel passing through hard times and feel the world is crashing out on you. Do you feel that there is nothing to life anymore? Probably you are even contemplating to condemn yourself. You don't need to suffer in silence. If there is anything in your life that you don't like, you can change it. You don't have to cope with that situation anymore. What you need is a touch of light through the right knowledge that will make you become a prophet of your own life. It is only in your darkest hours that you may discover the true strength of the brilliant light within yourself that can never, ever be dimmed. You Are the Prophet of Your Life is an exceptional book that will expand your understanding of violence and offer measures to prevent violence against women, children, and the community. It will help you to make informed and timely decisions that can help save lives, enrich your soul, enlighten your mind, and make you understand that capacity inside you to change things. If you desire to nourish your mind, grow, and get to greater heights, then choose to be the prophet of your own life by taking advantage of this rare opportunity. Knowledge is your best weapon against evil. A lot of us live lives, but only few live their dream lives. A lot of us have lofty dreams. We want to have successful relationships. We want to own big corporations. We want to raise beautiful families. But only a few of us are able to fulfill their desires. A lot of people are confused about how to live their lives to the fullest, so they end up living a life of mediocrity. Maybe that describes you. You are not alone. Well, understand, first of all, that life is not rocket science, so what you put in is what you get. If you fall into the category of people who do not have the willpower to live their own lives, then I've got news for you. You Are the Prophet of Your Life is the book you need. It doesn't only help solve a lot of personal problems, it also provides practical guidance on how you can move from the realm of dreaming to the realm of doing, so that you can achieve your heart's desires. You must realize that the only limitations in this life are the ones we put on ourselves. You must realize that the only limitations in this life are the ones we put on ourselves. Read a copy now and live the life you've always wanted. We at Touched by the Light Publishing hope you enjoyed our presentation and realize you can enjoy a more fruitful and fun-filled life after reading You Are the Prophet of Your Life.
At what point did you think this was going to be easy? At what point did you think this was going to be handed to you? This is life. Every moment, every second, as precious as the next. I don't care if you've lost. I don't care if you failed. I don't care if you've hit bottom. As long as that hunger still lies inside, as long as that light still flickers, you fight. We fight for the people that believe in us. We fight for the moments, we fight for the seconds. We fight for the pride. We fight for the dreams. We fight. We always fight.
Dear male listeners, our show may be called Women of Courage, but our name should not stop you from listening to our show. You have as much to learn and to consider as women. Why? Because many of you are fathers, sons, and brothers, and you need to understand those forces and situations that affect the female members of your family. So we do implore you to listen to our show with an ear for understanding. Thank you. Hi, I decided that at the end of every show for the next year, I would share excerpts from a book that I believe would enhance your life and make you a stronger thinker and problem solver. All characteristics that will help you win at life and raise stronger and healthy children. Many of you turn your nose up at reading, or you snub the advice that you must read in life to succeed, or you compare the cost of a book to getting a new pair of shoes or getting your hair done or your nails done. The reason why you make these cost comparisons is because you do not truly value a book. A book is a magnificent instrument that can change the course of your life and the lives of your children. In later shows, I plan to discuss with you how a book changed the lives of certain people. I understand that you do not earn a lot of money, and this money is valuable to you because of all the things you see advertised that you desire, and you do not want to spend a lot of money on a book. A new pair of shoes is more valuable to you than a book. If you truly cannot afford a book, then you need to go to the library and take your children with you for a day of reading. You must gird your loins and proceed at educating yourself. Some of you seem to think that having a conversation with your stupid girlfriend or your stupid boyfriend will help you more than reading a book, when actually having a conversation with your loudmouth girlfriend or loudmouth boyfriend is merely a cathartic, allowing you to blow off steam and proclaim how life has been so unfair to you. What you do not realize is that the advice coming from your do-nothing girlfriend or your do-nothing boyfriend is advice coming from a fool. Your do-nothing girlfriend is a sexual opportunist looking for a man she can impress with her body. When her vagina fails her, what will your girlfriend do but go to work at McDonald's or Wendy's at the age of 60 and continue to spread her ignorance at church? Her daughter will be on the street and her son in prison. She will never realize that her life is the result of the decision she made not to educate herself through reading. All her life she felt that she had something better to do than reading. She had something better to do than reading with her children. She had something better to do than working with her children. And that was going to the bar, trying to entertain a man, or trying to find some man that would buy her a pair of shoes. A man spending money on her was more important than educating herself. In later shows, I'm going to spend a great deal of time giving you some examples of fools. These are people who think they are smart, willing to trade their body and integrity for a dollar bill. These people end up in the cemetery after lamenting each and every day of their lives about their unfulfilled dreams. Do not be upset by the use of the word fool. You tell me if a woman is not a fool to instruct her grandson to kill her husband for a $25,000 life insurance. Let that sink in for a moment. Instead of instructing her grandson to make something of his life, the grandmother instructs her grandson to become a murderer, to kill his grandfather. I have this anecdotal advice for you about reading. Listen to this short true story. A friend and I were talking. She said a woman she knew called her and sought to renew their friendship. During their conversation, the woman told my friend that President Trump had done so much for black people, and that's why she voted for him in 2016, and she was going to vote for him again in the upcoming election. My friend asked her a question. She said, "Tell me some of the things that Trump has done for black people." The woman said a whole lot. My friend persisted and asked her to name one thing that Trump had done for black people. The woman could not. The woman kept using the phrase a whole lot of things. My friend said after a while she stopped talking. Finally, the conversation was over and my friend hung up. My friend said, as she hung up, she made up her mind right then that she would never renew her friendship with this woman. Now ask yourself why. Why would she not renew her friendship with this woman? You can answer this question in 2 words. The woman was a poor thinker. She never investigated anything that was told to her. Whether you know it or not, a person who is a poor thinker, who does not examine his or her thinking, is a very dangerous person indeed. Think about it. Today, we are going to discuss the book entitled, You Are the Prophet of Your Life. This is an excellent book to read. It is filled with encouragement and insight into how you should support yourself and how you can advance yourself in life. This is a great read.
Please take a moment to listen to these alarming statistics. According to a recent New York Times article, the U.S. suicide rate surged to a 30-year high in 2015. In fact, in the last 15 years alone, the suicide rate for girls aged 10 to 14 tripled. Middle-aged women saw a 63% increase. And for middle-aged men, the rate grew by 43%. These statistics are devastating. People of all ages and walks of life are unhappy, desperate, and without hope. And the problem is getting worse. My name is Gloria Lee, and I'm here to tell you that there is an answer. You are the prophet of your life. You can control your destiny and shape your future. You can live a better, more fulfilling life. You can change the course you're on. You Are the Prophet of Your Life is a new book that I've written and that I am glad to be able to share with you or anyone you know who may be personally suffering. Nobody needs to suffer in silence. This book will show you how to be the author of a new chapter in your life. It will show you what you need to do to be happy, successful, and sure of yourself and your future. I have found that it's in your darkest hours that you can discover your true self, the brilliant light within all of us that can never, ever be dimmed. You learn how to make informed decisions that will enrich your soul, enlighten your mind, and show you that you have the capacity to make permanent, positive changes in your life. You are the prophet of your life. Many of us live our lives, but few live their dreams. As prophets of our lives, we have the capacity. We can also attain our most lofty dreams. Ask yourself, do you want to have rewarding personal relationships? Do you want to run a successful business? Do you want to raise a beautiful, happy family? Whatever your dreams are, they are all possible if you have the roadmap, the set of instructions on how to achieve these goals. You have them now in You Are the Prophet of Your Life. No one has to live a life of mediocrity, settling with whatever comes their way. This book provides practical guidance on how you can move from just dreaming of having a better life into making it become your reality. Please join me in watching this short video on how you can realize that you really are the prophet of your life. Listen, negative thoughts interfere with the wonderful life you are meant to live. You Are the Prophet of Your Life will show you how to live positively no matter what your current situation is. Don't let problems stand in your way of a happy and successful life. Learn how to overcome even the most difficult challenges you may face. Think of your life from today on as a new building in which you are the architect. You are the builder of the greatest life you can live. It's up to you to determine what course your life takes starting today. Because, my friend, you are truly the prophet of your life. Everyday life throws challenges at us, and it's how we choose to handle them that makes all the difference. You can decide the course of your life from today onward. You can be your own prophet. Some of the key messages discussed in the book include being consistent in what you say and what you believe. A problem that most of us are guilty of is inconsistency. We are destined to fail when we allow negative thoughts and beliefs to impact what we say, not only to ourselves, but to others. Being inconsistent in one's beliefs translates to sowing seeds of doubt and unbelief. The famous saying is true that whatever you sow, you will reap. Always endeavor to be consistent in what you say and speak to others exuding faith, happiness, and wellness. Being pessimistic is dangerous. Do you get up in the morning telling yourself it's going to be a horrible day? No matter how bad your yesterday was, it should never stop you from being optimistic today. Being a pessimist is a recipe for suffering. It prevents you from seeing the positives in your life. You must realize that you are in control of what you think. Most importantly, positive thoughts lead to positive actions. Why get up in the morning telling yourself it's going to be a horrible day? Why tell yourself you are meant for the doom and not the fortune? Being pessimistic sets you up for a miserable life. It prevents you from seeing the positives in your life. You must realize that you're in control of what you think. Most importantly, you must always remember it is positive thinking that will make you a better person. The importance of reading scriptures. You don't need to believe in God to read scriptures. There are lessons that anyone can learn and gain inspiration from. Reading the Bible can help liberate you from negative thinking. God's words exude hope and positivity. God tells man that he can look forward to a great life by living righteously and not violating others. Nothing is as powerful as this. The need to investigate your emotions. Being the prophet of your life involves you being in control of your emotions. Investigating our emotions requires self-examination, which for some is painful. Most of us are scared to make mistakes, so we hesitate to make tough decisions. No matter how difficult investigating your emotions can be, you must never shy away from it. When you are not in touch with your emotions, you are destined to live a life out of control. Take control of your life. Taking authority over your life involves you investigating your emotions. A lot of us fail in this regard. Investigating our emotions requires self-examination, which is usually painful. Apart from this, most of us are scared of making mistakes. Thus, we tend to prefer to oscillate back and forth between two kingdoms than taking tough decisions. Irrespective of how difficult investigating your emotions can be, you must never shy away from it. When you do not investigate your emotions, you are inviting others to take control of your life. You are the prophet of your life. A lot of us have found ourselves in threatening scenarios: a cheating husband or a cheating wife, an unwanted pregnancy, extreme poverty, and many others. We were faced with making decisions which could either make us or mar us. While some of us were able to scale through, others weren't lucky enough. Well, it's not that the women that couldn't make it through were foolish or less deserving. Most of the time, they were just unlucky to be victims of the weak belief system of the society we find ourselves. By living positively, you can solve a number of personal problems that could stand in your way of a happy and successful life. Think of your life as a new building, for which you are the architect. You can decide how many bathrooms or bedrooms you put in there. Think of your life as a vehicle for which you are the driver. You can decide when to stop or accelerate. Think of your life as a ship on a stormy sea, for which you are the sailor. You have to sail to safety, otherwise the ship will capsize. Only you can determine your course. Only you can decide which direction you want to go. You can liberate yourself. The book, You Are the Prophet of Your Life, was written to help people all across the world to stand and confront the monsters in our lives for the sake of the future of our children. This book takes into cognizance the millions of people in the world who have lost their lives solely because they were poor and were unable to control their environment. If the book You Are the Prophet of Your Life has a positive change on just one person's life and saves them from living a life full of hopelessness and despair, then it will have been worth it to me. But I know the impact this way of life has already had on me, and my goal is to share the message with as many people suffering as possible. This book is for everyone, male or female. This is the story of your life, and you are its only writer. Let You Are the Prophet of Your Life be your companion to help guide you through life's obstacles. Let it be the beacon of light to awaken your best you. A Chinese proverb says, "The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now." You should never be afraid of taking the bold step. You want a change of career at 40? Go for it. You need to acquire a new skill to boost your income? Go for it. You love someone but are scared to tell them? Come on, do it now. No one would kill you for that. It's the story of your life. You don't let anyone else but you be the writer. You can look beyond the facade of whatever despair and disappointment you are currently facing. Don't ever look down on yourself. If you ever have to look down, make sure it's your shoes you're admiring. You need a companion to help you through life. You need a companion to help make your decision-making a lot easier. That companion is You Are the Prophet of Your Life. Read a copy now and live the life you've always wanted. We at Touched by the Light Publishing hope you enjoyed our presentation and realize you can enjoy a more fruitful and fun-filled life after reading You Are the Prophet of Your Life.
One of the most effective ways of getting ahead in life is by learning from the mistakes and successes of other people. This way, one can avoid the mistakes other people have made and possibly achieve success faster. This is one of the reasons why you cannot afford not to read the series Women of Courage. In this series of books, the lives and times of several women were chronicled who by sheer courage conquered the world around them. These women are examples of the quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said, "When a resolute young fellow steps up to the great bully, which is the world, and takes him boldly by the beard, he is often surprised to find out that the beard comes off in his hand and that it was only tied on to scare away the timid adventurer." These are ordinary women like all of us, but they were determined to do extraordinary things. From the stories of their lives, you will learn how to stop making and living a mediocre life and start conquering your world and living on your own terms. For them, failure was not an option. Rather, it was an opportunity to refire and reach for their goals again. They have shown tremendous courage, so much that their lives could easily serve as a template for other women to emulate. Your primary starting point is believing in yourself and encouraging yourself even in the face of failure and naysayers. Thomas Edison failed numerous times, but he kept going. Finally, he won and invented the light bulb and other inventions. The same with Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln failed at politics many times. He even ran for dog catcher and lost, but he kept running for public office until he was elected president. One thing about the series Women of Courage, the books are not ordinary books. These books will challenge you, push you, and of course inspire you to gain your life again. Remember, a man is what he thinks about all day. So said Ralph Waldo Emerson. Dear listeners, help us save a life. Stop breast cancer from taking lives. Will you assist us in putting the booklet Black Women and Breast Cancer in the hands of 1 million people? Please go to the website www.touchedbythelight.us and download the booklet Black Women and Breast Cancer. Then email this booklet to 5 friends, asking them to email the booklet to 5 of their friends. We are trying to reach 1 million women with this information to save lives. The death of one woman to breast cancer from our community is one woman too many. We thank you for your support. Dear male listeners, our show may be called Women of Courage, but our name should not stop you from listening to our show. You have as much to learn and to consider as women. Why? Because many of you are fathers, sons, and brothers, and you need to understand those forces and situations that affect the female members of your family. So we do implore you to listen to our show with an ear for understanding. Thank you. God bless, and remember, believe in yourself and stand up. Join us at the Women of Courage show every Friday from 3 to 4 p.m. and every Sunday from 8 to 9 a.m. for information that will change your life. You can also visit us at our website, touchedbythelight.us, for more information. Thank you. If you do not like your life, then change it. Listen to us when we broadcast, and we can help you find a new way.